So a time has come where there is an upsurge of awareness in the nation, and I don't think the judicial officers can escape the upsurge of awareness, and they cannot. See, most of the temple demolitions that happened, they always had a historian with them. Because in their mind, they wanted to be remembered as people who demolished this temple and demolished or destroyed idolatry and established whatever they think is the highest form of religion. So they wanted to be remembered as those people who destroyed these temples. So the proof today doesn't mean anything because they themselves have written very proudly that I destroyed this temple. And for example, in Mathura, the man who is writing down says, "This is the greatest building I've ever seen in my life. So elaborate, so magnificently done. This cannot be the work of a man's hand. There is a divine hand in this." But they proceed to demolish. And it's all they themselves have written, you can't say that they wrote lies. This is because people who wrote our textbooks screwed up our minds so badly that we don't have a voice to say this is not right. And unfortunately, our legal system, political system, and education systems, very key three aspects of this nation, were taken over by those people for first 50-60 years. And because of that, our own minds are like this somewhere. I've taken some time to turn my mind upside down, otherwise my school, college mind, though I barely went there, still it had influence on me because somewhere there is a sense of, as I said, it's become aspirational to be like the invaders. There is also a sense of shame to be the victim. So we don't want to be identified with that. If possible, we would like to change the color of our skin, not me, but a whole lot of people. There are movies like this where people are changing the color of their skin. Of course, there are cosmetics to change the color of your skin, because somewhere invaders have become aspirational, which is a terrible thing to happen to any people. But it's happened. Fortunately, there is a revival and suddenly there's an upsurge and there is political will and suddenly judiciary seems to have found its feet.
Finally.
So, let's forget all these things if we just go by the constitution of the day, which itself has some aspects because nobody ever can write a perfect book about anything. It's okay because you're a book writer, I'm saying.
Completely agreed to that.
Nobody can ever write a perfect book. This is the dilemma of any book that you write. If you read it over 1,000 times, you will see still it's either this must go, that must come, that must go, this must come. Endlessly it will go on unless somebody else, an editor says, either you give it to me tomorrow or you're done.
That's true.
This is the nature of the book. So constitution also, even Ambedkar did not claim it's a perfect constitution, a very well done work, but not a perfect book. Having said that, there are some issues, but even if you go by the present-day constitution, it's very simple. A blind man can see what is Gyanvapi, Braille. You can see these are Hindu icons. It doesn't take anyone eyes to see it, but it takes 60-70 years of legal process for the wise judges to see. And
Hope we don't stand for contempt of court here. That is a scary proposition.
no, contempt of court is only if I say something about the present day judges. I'm talking about
The past.
the hoary past. So much delay and so much dilly-dallying has happened. I feel in many ways, any process, education, judiciary, whatever process that happens in a given land, one way or the other is influenced, if not totally controlled, by the ruling class. So, when the ruling class were totally in that way, I think everybody found a gap in the constitutional process as to how to please the ruling class. So a time has come where there is an upsurge of awareness in the nation, and I don't think the judicial officers can escape the upsurge of awareness, and they cannot rule anything in a way that is negative to the civilization and not in coherence with the constitution. We are not even asking for anything beyond the constitution. What is within the constitution must happen. Nobody can say no, because this is a right. I'm saying this because somebody had the temerity to pass a law in 1991 saying that citizens of India cannot go to court about certain aspects that matter to them.
Places of worship.
Nowhere in the world, no democratic nation can ever say a citizen cannot seek legal recourse. There is no such nation. Definitely we don't want to be such a nation either. But a law like that was passed, but still we are hesitating to strike it down. And I don't know how it escaped the scrutiny of Supreme Court. How can it be? How can you say the citizens of this nation cannot seek legal recourse about things that matter to them?
Thank you for watching this video till the end. Before you leave, watch this latest video now.